Northern Nigeria is an agricultural giant. Fields stretch for miles, farmers work tirelessly, and local markets buzz with trade. Yet, despite all this, the region struggles with low tax revenue, economic instability, and a host of other problems. But how is this possible? Well, there is more than enough evidence to show that the problem isn't that farming is not making enough money. So what is? Where exactly does the problem lie? And what can we do about it? In this video, we explore the sheer scale of the industry, all the challenges it is facing at the moment, and what needs to be done if we are going to leverage the opportunities that it offers. With that being said, let's get into the video. Agriculture makes up 25.2% of Nigeria's GDP and is even more dominant in northern Nigeria. For most other regions, they rely on industries or services. But in this often overlooked part of the country, farming is the backbone. However, there's a catch. The sector is largely informal. When businesses aren't officially registered, the government can't collect taxes from them, leaving a huge amount of money and opportunities for growth on the table. It's a cycle that keeps farmers struggling and public services underfunded. But there is more. Northern Nigeria isn't just good at farming. It excels at producing high-value crops like sesame seeds, hibiscus, ginger, coffee, and moringa. These are crops the world is willing to pay top dollar for. But most of these products never make it past local markets. And those that do often go through informal channels, meaning the government doesn't get a fair cut. So, how do we turn this around? How do we ensure that northern Nigeria gets its fair share from agriculture while empowering farmers? The answer lies in three key changes. One of the biggest challenges is that most farmers aren't officially registered as businesses. Without registration, they don't pay taxes. And without paying taxes, the government can't fund essential infrastructures like roads, storage facilities, and export hubs. Imagine if the government incentivized farmers to form cooperatives and register their agribusinesses. By doing this, they would gain access to better financial support, government subsidies, and guaranteed buyers for their crops. It's a win-win situation for the government and the farmers. Beyond just registration, there needs to be education on business structuring. Many farmers operate on a small scale, selling whatever they can at the local market without long-term planning and the potential benefits that it offers. Training programs on financial literacy, crop management, and market expansion could help farmers transition from subsistence farming to sustainable agri-businesses. If farmers understand their role as business owners, they can start making better decisions about their crop selection, investment, and scaling up production. Financial literacy workshops, peer mentorship programs, and farmer cooperatives could help bridge this knowledge gap, creating a more business-minded agricultural sector. Now, let's talk about taxes. While nobody loves paying taxes, they are essential for building infrastructure and improving farming conditions. Other countries in Africa have already figured smarter ways and better ways to tax their agricultural sectors without burdening the smallholder farmer. For example, in Uganda, the government introduced a mobile tax payment system so farmers could pay taxes from their phones. The Ethiopian government, on the other hand, placed the tax on processed coffee, making it more profitable to keep production local. While in Rwanda, a nationwide farmer tax education campaign was launched to simplify tax compliance. Similar strategies like mobile tax payments, tiered VAT structures, and tax education programs, if implemented efficiently in northern Nigeria, could drastically increase tax revenue while still supporting farmers. It is also worth noting that tax incentives can play a crucial role. Farmers who adopt improved agricultural techniques, invest in mechanization, or enter the export market could receive tax breaks or grants. This approach encourages growth while ensuring compliance. Government policies could also include tax rebates for farmers who meet sustainability standards or export quotas, encouraging ethical and profitable farming practices with clear, structured incentives. Compliance becomes a benefit rather than a burden. And while we are talking about burdens, we have to talk about infrastructure. Infrastructure is yet another major bottleneck for farmers. In fact, it is safe to say that it may just be the most pressing problem here. Bad roads, poor storage facilities, and inefficient logistics make it hard for farmers to transport goods to export hubs. Also, without proper storage, crops rot before they can even be sold. So how do we fix this problem? This is where the private sector can help. If the government partners with agribusiness firms and financial institutions, we could see investments in better roads, mechanized farming, and modern storage facilities. These changes wouldn't just boost tax revenue, they would revolutionize the entire agricultural sector. Take mechanization, for example. Many northern Nigerian farmers still rely on traditional tools. These are highly inefficient, thereby keeping productivity on the decline. Investing in tractors, irrigation systems, and processing plants could significantly increase yield and income. However, these machines are expensive and many farmers can't afford them. If there are government-backed credit schemes or cooperative ownership models in place, the burden of purchase becomes a lot lighter. If farmers could pool resources to lease or purchase equipment, they could scale their production efficiently. Now, this isn't just a theory, it's already happening in Kano State. With the growing demand for hibiscus in Mexico, farmers in Kano State and Jigawa State have already started leveraging this demand. This has led to higher earnings, more formal business registrations, and better tax compliance. But this success didn't happen overnight. It took organization, investment, and an understanding of international markets. It starts with identifying high-demand crops, and then by streamlining the export process, the government can help more farmers benefit from the global market. Moringa, for instance, is in high demand for its medicinal purposes. Proper investment in processing and packaging could turn it into a major export product, and this is just one of the possible many other products we could discuss. However, all of this will be mostly tedious without the integration of technology and digital solutions. If the agriculture sector in northern Nigeria is going to see any significant change, then there must be support for proper digitization, helping local farmers move from manual systems that slow down productivity and make it difficult to scale to quicker solutions for everyday problems faced by these farmers. And it does not need to be anything out of the world, at least not at first. Mobile banking and digital marketplaces could connect northern Nigerian farmers directly to buyers globally, eliminating middlemen who often exploit the poor farmers. Think about all the good and ease that could come from e-commerce platforms, farm-to-market apps, and blockchain-based supply chains. Altogether, these will ensure transparency and fair pricing for products and everything in between. In Kenya, for example, digital payment solutions like M-Pesa have transformed small-scale farming by giving farmers direct access to financial services. A similar approach in northern Nigeria could help farmers save, invest, and expand. Blockchain technology could also enhance the supply chain, providing transparency and security in transactions. By using digital record keeping, farmers can establish credibility, making it easier for them to access credit and negotiate better prices or even installment payment. So, what's the takeaway here? Northern Nigeria has the resources, the land, the workforce to become a global agricultural powerhouse. But Without formalization, smart taxation, and better infrastructure, the region will continue to struggle with low revenue and economic instability. If policymakers, businesses, and farmers come together, this transformation is possible. It requires not just policy changes, but also a cultural shift. The entire sector needs to be transformed from just being a means of survival to the massive potential for profitable business that it carries. The potential is massive. We all know this. More investment in agribusiness means job creation, economic stability. More direct access to markets means farmers can finally earn what they deserve. Technology, education, investment hold the keys to this transformation. With the right steps, Northern Nigeria can not only feed itself, but also become a major player in the global agricultural economy. The path is clear. The solution exists. The only question is, will we take action or will we let this opportunity slip away? Thanks for visiting my page. Please like, share, subscribe, and share your comments. Together, let's work on growing the agricultural sector in Nigeria and taking the opportunity God has provided us. Peace out.